wear a mean dark pair of shades. And you can't see my eyes unless my head is bent. You dig?
Good. Erica?
Thank you.
Alright, so we're here. Thanks to everybody coming out tonight. It's a great event, positive event, Jim. So let's just talk about, I guess, hip hop, how it's influenced you. Is there like somebody in particular that inspired you to rap?
To rap? I don't know if I always wanted to rap. I just always loved the lifestyle of the fast cars and the pretty women and a lot of money. And when I learned what hip hop was, that was the safest way for me to get those things.
Okay. Was there someone in particular that exemplified that?
I used to look up to my Uncle Ricky, but you know, he wasn't really the person I should have looked up to back then when I was younger. So he really showed me what the music was. And my mom, she used to sit down and break dance with me back in the days, in the real early 80s. And you know, with that I just fell in love with the culture. I fell in love with it, period. That was all I knew. As I got older, the one thing that really made me want to be in this industry was the first night I got to go to the Tunnel nightclub. I think I was 16.
Okay. Alright, so what would you say was like your first hip hop song that you memorized?
It was one of Rakim's songs. Hold on, which one was it? Was it Pay the Floor? I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Yeah, it was I ain't no good. Yeah, but Rakim was definitely one of my favorite of all times. Him and Eric B. I can remember the Nike Velour sweatsuits he used to rock in the video, and I was a little bit too small to get one, so you know, I'm copping everything I couldn't get back then now, you heard me?
Alright, speaking of fashion, because that's a huge part of hip-hop, is there anything that you look back on and you're like, what was I thinking with that outfit? Or
as I look back now, there was a lot of things that I look back like, wow, but at that time when I was doing it, it sets a precedent for what we was doing, so I mean, it's part of my history.
I work for Pro Wax.
Okay. All right. So now, like these days, where do you find inspiration to write your music?
My inspiration has always been real life situations about things that I've been through, or about things that people that are close to me been through, just issues that's going on in the world. I mean, that's where I find all my inspiration. A lot of the time I write about pain because the pain is the most relatable to people coming up with the same struggles I had. So, you know.
Okay. I'm sure there are some independent artists here in attendance. If you were to sign somebody, what would you expect from them?
What would I expect?
In terms of grind, like in terms of their work ethic.
Work ethic is everything when it comes to making music and it comes to putting yourself out there. There's a lot to being an artist. A lot of people think it's just about being the nicest or being the most lyrical, but it's pretty much about having the complete package. You know what I mean? The charisma, the swag, you gotta know how to dress. The girls gotta want to do you, the guys gotta want to be like you. You know, it's a lot of different things that come to being an artist. You know, I never claimed to be the best rapper, but I sell a hell of a lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Okay. Alright, speaking of like the lifestyle, the fast cars, jewelry, the girls, what's the downside like of being a rapper or a celebrity?
The downside is not being able to have no quality time to yourself. Like, you know, you can't go nowhere without somebody not bothering you but asking for a picture, something like that. So we gotta be indoors in order to have that free moment to ourselves. But besides that, this is what I asked for. So when I'm outside, I hope that somebody asks to take a picture of me because that's what I get paid for. So,
That's dope. Okay, can we just we're gonna take 2 questions from the audience. Does anybody have a question in the audience for Jim Jones? You know? Alright.
Sorry about that, man.
My name is Gary. I just want to ask Jimmy, what prompted him to cut his hair?
I had braids since I was like 15, 16. I was the first person I remember having braids when I was coming up. Nobody had braids. That wasn't a cool thing to do. I just, you know, it was one dude in my hood. I used to call him my older brother. His name was Tone. He always had braids, and I was, you know, I thought that was something unique. Nobody had it, you know. 10 years later, I looked up and everybody had braids. You know what I mean? So, you know, to each his own. It feels good though.
Yeah, it looks good. So does any of you have a question? Okay. Sorry. Okay. Did you stay in school?
Did I stay in school?
I got my high school diploma.
Eventually.
I went to college, but college wasn't for me. I mean, not to tell you that, but college necessarily is not for everybody. But I encourage everybody to go to college to see if it's for you. But it wasn't for me, and I left up, and I did pretty good.
All right, one more. Jim's very busy, but we have one more question.
Yeah, I know you're very busy, but my son, he loves you, and all his friends that really talk about it. Can you take a picture with me so I can give it to you?
Yeah, I'll take a picture with you before I leave, baby girl. I'm not going nowhere.
All right. Okay. 2, 3, 5. Okay.
Hi, I'm Winston. I just want to know, I'm a teacher, I'm retired. What advice do you have to young rappers coming along to invest their money? You know, so many people spending money on bling and whatnot. But what wisdom can you share with young up-and-coming people who suddenly come into money and just go wild?
It's hard, you know. I came up from the project, so when I got my first bit of money, it was hard to listen to anybody to tell me the right thing to do with cash. You usually don't learn your lesson until the money is gone, because you don't think about it's ever gonna go nowhere when you get it that fast. But you know, I encourage everybody if you do bump into some money, you know, you gotta figure out what you want to do. You can invest, you can save, try to hold on to it, because here today, gone tomorrow is a serious thing. You know what I mean? Because I've been rich, broke, rich, broke, rich, broke, and rich again. It ain't fun. You know what I mean?
All right. Thank you very much, Jim Jones in the building.
Y'all can sign up to the slowbucks.tv, $100,000 cash. See if one of y'all could bump into some good money and then do a good investment. You heard me? I appreciate y'all, man. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate the love. You know, I thank everybody for supporting Dipset for so long, supporting my album that just been out. And you know, I'm from New York. I love it all. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody.